Hi guys, it's Louise here from Crazy Borgies. I hope you're well and fine on this beautiful Thursday morning. Today's video is going to be a cross stitch video, okay? So it's going to be a stitch along video. I'm still doing my little Santa. Well, he's a big Santa even. This is the image I'm currently working on, or one of them that I'm working on. I'm working on several, and I thought I would continue with this today. So first and foremost, if I could ask you to like, subscribe, share, comment down below, follow me on TikTok and Instagram, and hit the little notification bell, which will notify you of my future video uploads. Okay, right, let's get stitching. So this colour is like a really light greenish colour. It is DMC code 501, and it's kind of scattered a bit here, there and everywhere. So I'm just going to be hopping all over this Ada cloth. It's an 11 count Ada cloth, and this is what I've done so far. I'll show you briefly, because I've got the camera over on top of me this morning, so I can't really see. There, I'm having to stand up now. So started on some of this Christmas tree here, started on a bit of the birds, the sky, and now we've done some of Santa's face, and then we've started on the tree. So it's getting there slowly. I'm enjoying this one actually. So right, I'm going to start here, I think, and just sort of hop along. I'm just trying to see if there's an area. Yeah, there is. This bird is driving me crazy this morning, guys. I'm not going to lie. She really is driving me doolally. There we go. I tried to do some filming last night, but you know, it just didn't happen. Sometimes it doesn't, especially when you've got little ones at home. You're trying to film, and as I said, it just doesn't happen at all. Whoops, this isn't a very good start this morning. I'm very tired because my one of my children was up half the night playing games, literally playing games, and not very nice games. Oh, I tell you, she gave me hell getting up for school this morning as well, just to make matters worse. So it's all fun and games until it's time to get up for school, and then it all changes. Then the tears come. So, yeah. That's just the way children are, isn't it? Stitch that I'm doing is quite confetti-ish, so it's just kind of like here and there. So, yeah. Okay. So there's not many other stitches there, so I think I'll just go. I'm just travelling. Oh, hang on. No, there's one. I'm just travelling around the back of the Ada cloth, to be honest with you. I could be a perfectionist and cut it at the back and start again, but I just can't. I can't do that this morning. This morning I am just wanting to stitch, and yeah, just get on with it as I need to. Sometimes, you know, doing your hobby means that what? I can't talk this morning. Sometimes when you're doing your hobby, you just want to get on with it. You don't want to be a perfectionist about things. That's the sort of mindset I'm in this morning. First day of freedom for me. First day of the kiddies being at home. Not at home, at school even. And I must admit, I did feel like doing a little dance when I dropped my my girl, my youngest, at school today. I was like, praise the Lord, hallelujah. Praise the Lord, hallelujah, for that. Whoops, missed a stitch. Because I tell you, yesterday was not a good day for me. It really wasn't. It was a bit of a nightmare, if I'm honest. Because I actually thought that they were back to school yesterday. And then I thought, oh, I'd better check. Let me check before I put them to bed. And I'd got the day wrong. It was actually today they're back at school. So, yeah, it was kind of like, oh, no. So, yesterday, they kind of had a chill out day again. And then I took them for a drive in the evening because my my severely autistic child, she really likes going on drives. So I took her out for a little spin and then came home, and she had a meltdown because I think she'd presumed that because we were in the car that it meant she was going to McDonald's, which I really didn't want them to have a McDonald's again tonight, or last night even. But sometimes you've got to know what battles to fight, haven't you? And she went absolutely crazy when we got back and she realised we weren't going to McDonald's. So, yeah, that was fun and games. I'm going to run out of floss, aren't I, on this in a minute. Let's see what the picture quality is like. Yeah, it looks okay. On this one, there are several symbols that look quite similar, so you have to really watch it. And they're all in a same colour as well, just to make life a little bit more complicated. Let me just get rid of this and start some new floss. Okay, I'll tell you what I mean. So the symbol I'm currently working on is number 8, this symbol here. Okay, but if you look, we've got a cross that's also in the same colour shade of green, and we've got this little side square going on, side triangle. I'm not even sure what that symbol is. And then that's also in the same shade of green, and we've got a slash who's also in the same shade of green. The symbol, that is, not the floss. So sometimes, like this area here, it's difficult to differentiate between this symbol and the cross and the slash symbol as well, because when it's all blurred together sometimes and some of the symbols are overlapping into the next one, it's really tricky if the symbols are quite similar like that. Just wondering where my other piece of floss has gone, because I had it here a minute ago. Where's it gone? Hang on a second, guys. I've lost the floss. Hang on. Right, okay, I'm back, guys. So yeah, it can play a bit of mind games with you if the symbols are very similar, and that's why it's good to always have your chart handy just to double check. But then it's like I always say, if you do accidentally stitch a symbol, it's not the end of the world, unless it's a big area in a completely different colour. But even then, you know, you could just say that you changed your mind with that colour. It's what you make it, isn't it? And like diamond painting, you might not necessarily like the colours that has been charted up for a cross stitch, and if that happens, then you can change it anyway. It's not the end of the world. It's your project to do with as you want. So yeah, there we go. If I go quiet, guys, it's only because I'm concentrating, okay? It's not because I've forgotten that you're there. I've got a particular hymn on my mind this morning. That's Ave Maria. Yeah, my stitching isn't the greatest this morning for sure. I am tired, that's why. I'm very tired this morning. I'm going to be filming an unboxing video later on today, so that might go up maybe tomorrow or next day after that, so keep your eyes peeled, because I have still got to show you guys my the rest of my Christmas gifts of what I bought for myself. Because is it sad that I buy myself my own Christmas presents? But I do like to get myself something, because obviously no one knows what you like unless it's you yourself, really. So I say that it's Christmas presents, but I actually bought them in November on Black Friday, so off Shein, because I've never had a diamond painting from Shein before, and that apparently is where my daughter got my my diamond paintings that I showed you the other day. So I wanted to give them a go. She must have read my mind or something though, because I didn't know that she was going to go and buy me some from there. So yeah, I know Diamond Grandma, she's had sheen canvases before, hasn't she? And she's not said nay or yay about them really, has she? So yeah, you know, we all have different experiences, don't we, with different companies. Oh. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to be a bit more careful with these stitches. So, seeing as we're in January now, I was going to ask, has anyone got any New Year's resolutions? What their hopes and dreams are for 2023? I've got a few. My usual one is always the same, which is to lose a few pounds, which is just a continuous resolution of mine. There's Rio. Quiet. And yeah, so that is a work in progress, obviously, because I always feel like I can't really start my New Year's resolution until all of the Christmas food is out of the house. Does anyone else feel like that? Because it just seems a pointless exercise that you're going to start, that you're going to go and start dieting when you've got all the nice food in your house. It's just going to be like torture, isn't it, really? So I always feel like, well, when I finish the Christmas food, that's when I'm going to start, when we don't have anything in the house. At the moment, we've still got a few mince pies left over, a few apple pies, and stuff like that. So it just seems pointless for me to try and go without the nice things, so to speak. But we're nearly there. They've nearly all gone now. All the fruit and veg have gone that I bought before Christmas, so it's the main thing. There was no waste there at all. All went in our tummies with the vegetables. Went through 2 bags of potatoes. It took me years to finally get my son to eat roast potatoes, so I was pleased that he ate roast potatoes. And the only real vegetable that I can get him to eat is broccoli. And carrots, which he's not a fan of carrots, guys, but we do tease him about it. In fact, Santa got him a little squishy carrot for Christmas, and it's already broken because someone decided to bite into it, and it wasn't my son, it was another child, my other child. So yeah, the joys. But yet, if you put a real carrot in front of them, they won't eat it. See, now I'm wondering, is that, yeah, no, that's not the symbol, is it? That's that symbol. Okay, so I'm having to be really careful here, because some of these symbols do overlap, and it's difficult to see if that it's an X or just a little triangle symbol that I'm doing. I'm just going to go for it and hazard a guess, because the chart that came with this one is really small and I haven't blown it up yet. Just haven't had a chance. So I can see there X's. That's an X. Is that? That's not an X, this one up here. So that is, it's really difficult when working on a cross stitch like this, because you can't just stitch, you have to really be mindful of where your stitches are. So I think, if I'm right, the next stitch is up here. Yes, I think so. Probably would help if I had my magnifying glass, but even then, some of the print on the symbols is really fading. I think it's because of where I stitch in hand a lot, so my thumb rubs it and maybe takes off some of the print a bit. Maybe, I don't know. One thing that I am having problems with as well is it's fraying a lot, this canvas as well, again, because it's not got scourged edging, is that what they call it, where it's stitched all around to stop it fraying. So I might have to stitch it myself all around to stop it fraying, because it is annoying. I think cross stitch is slowly becoming a bit more popular, isn't it? As I saw both Diamond Grandma and Sweet Tea, they both did unboxings recently that I watched for VIP Cross Stitch, who is another company also that I collaborate with several times. I've done, and my videos have done really well every time, really, with VIP Cross Stitch. They've got some lovely stuff, but so does Biggest Craft. They all have lovely items, and I would be honest with you guys if they weren't nice items, you know, because it's like I said before, it wouldn't be ethically right for me to give false reviews of a product that is not a good product in my mind, you know. And I hope that you guys can sense that from me when I am doing product reviews, because otherwise I don't want people to go out there and spend money on items that aren't good value or quality for money, you know, because it just wouldn't be right, you know. It's wrong to do that, to dupe people into that. And I've always said I'm not a salesman. I'm just a hobbyist who likes crafting. That's how I say myself, you know, is I'm just a hobbyist, you know. I just like getting different hobbies, trying different things. It's just helps with your mind, doesn't it? It's more for peace of mind than anything else, because some days life is really tough, guys. It's not easy. But I do have to knit my daughter a purple scarf, because I done a pink one for my other daughter, who is now 21, and it's a nice big pink fluffy one, and I'll show it at the end of the clip actually, because I think she didn't take it to school with her today, because she passed it on to my other child because she didn't want it anymore. So I was like, okay, so I'll just give it to another child. And it's like a baby pink colour, and it's really nice and fluffy, and I've used it myself actually. And then whenever it's really cold and I put it on one of them, they're like, the other one gets jealous. So the other one's favourite colour is purple, so I thought I will do a purple scarf in the same sort of wool type. It's like a real fluffy textured wool. Right, okay, so I've done that little section here, so you can see what I mean about some of the symbols overlapping, because this is actually an X symbol, but it's overlapped onto this square here, so it does make it really, really difficult. Okay, can't see any other of this colour here, so I think, where is it? I could double check, but by the time, it's really difficult to read the chart, you know, it's like, oh, you're squinting just to work it out. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's an X there. See what I mean? Your eyes start playing mind games with you, and you're like, is that an X? Is that a hashtag? What is it? Oh. There we go. It is a nice shade of green, but it's an annoying symbol. Very annoying. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I was talking about New Year's resolutions, weren't I? And then I just completely forgot what I was talking about. So that's one of my New Year's resolutions, is the weight, losing some pounds, which is really difficult. As soon as you hit 40, you notice it, don't it, that you just can't eat the things that you used to. I mean, when I was younger, I used to be able to eat so much rubbish and get away with it, you know. I could get away with it, but now I just can't. Now it's just like, no, if I eat that, I'm gonna look like a moose. Yes. So my body is like, and not only that, but sometimes, you know, your body is like my body said to me, no, you cannot eat that and that and that, you know, because you get I get terrible indigestion as well. So I actually had my my gallbladder removed a couple of Christmases ago. I think it was probably about 3 Christmases ago, and it was 10 days before Christmas. Can you believe that? And I was so ill, guys. I actually thought I was dying because I couldn't do anything, and I didn't know what was wrong with me, but I knew something was wrong with me. I knew that it was something serious because up until that point, I'd been quite a healthy, active, not ill. I mean, obviously you get colds and that, but not like ill. And it was affecting everything. It was I couldn't eat hardly. I had to eat soup. And it was just every time I ate anything remotely, anything with like cheese in or anything like that, oh my gosh, I'd be in agony. I remember one time I had a pizza and I was in agony afterwards. I was like, something's not right here. This isn't right. Like, this is really strange. And I could feel it. You know, you can feel it, can't you, when something's really wrong. And I remember saying to my daughter, who was still in high school at the time, saying to her, listen, I think there's something seriously wrong with me here. You know, I'm not being melodramatic, but I'm getting a lot of pain in my tummy, and it was waking me up at night, and it got really bad. And then one day, I was going to take my 2 little ones, they were babies at the time, to nursery, and I collapsed in my living room, and it really scared me. I think Lucita might have still been a baby at that point, and it really scared me. I just couldn't get up, and I was really delirious with it. I just did not feel well at all. So I phoned my dad and I said, listen, I'm going to take one of the girls to nursery. And he said, are you mad? You know, like, if you're not feeling well, just keep them at home and just rest. And I was like, yeah, but I need to take them to the nursery. But anyway, I tried to take them and I couldn't. I ended up collapsing on the floor of the living room. So I basically phoned my dad up, and he came over and found me on the floor, and he saw what sort of state I was in. I was crying, I was delirious, I just was not right at all, and called an ambulance. Well, it took 2 hours for the ambulance to turn up, guys. 2 hours. But I wasn't with it at all. I was just on the sofa and I couldn't even talk. I was in that much pain. And I was just like dozing in and out of consciousness as well. And apparently the paramedic guy came in. I don't even remember it, to be honest with you. And my aunt was with me, and he asked me a few questions, and he pressed something on my stomach, and apparently I nearly shot off the sofa. I don't remember it though, to be honest with you. And he was like, yeah, it's definitely her gallbladder. She needs to go to hospital. So I went in and out of hospital several times like that, because they wanted to put me on a waiting list for the surgery. And then it got really bad to the point of where I was just vomiting up green like bile. And it was just, you know, I couldn't function at all. And so they had to do an emergency surgery on me, and I've got a lovely scar to show for it. But you know what, I was glad to see the back of it. I really was, because it was so painful that, yeah, it was, I really thought my days were up. I remember going down to the surgery and praying and thinking, this is it, you know, this is it. Because I was on morphine and everything, the pain was that bad. And I was seeing flying unicorns and everything. It was great stuff, but I really thought, you know, my days are done here. But there is a certain strength that you find from praying and meditating when you're in that situation, guys. and you can get extremely close to the Lord when you're really ill like that. So I'm just going to cast off here because the next stitch in this colour is quite far away. You can see I've travelled all over the place here because I just didn't want to cast off too much. I was just not in the mood for it. And, you know, I'm not fussed about the back because it's like I always say, no one's going to see it apart from me. It's the front that's the main issue. Okay, so I have done this section here. I've done a bit over here as well. And yeah, this is just scattered here, there, everywhere. So yeah, I think what I'm doing is I take a piece of floss and I will stitch both pieces of floss, because obviously it's an 11 count, so you divide it into 2 flosses of 3. Okay, 2 threads of 3, and then you stitch. So what I'm doing is I do the two threads of 3, and then I change colour, because I need to change colour for my sanity, guys. I don't like stitching too long in the same colour. And it's also good because it helps give you a momentum as well, like, oh, I'm going to change colour now. But I'm not liking these symbols at all, guys, because they are just, see, like that you would think could be my symbol that I'm working with here, but I don't know, I think it's an X. I'm gonna have to double check that. Let me see. No, it is, it's them 2 X's there, because yeah, that's got right. Okay, so it's just double checking myself there. But yeah, so saying that, this symbol is just a lighter shade of green again, so you're not going to notice a huge difference if I did stitch it accidentally, but I'm not going to, obviously. Okay guys, I think I'm going to end my stitch along there because this confetti is, yeah, well, this symbol is just driving me a bit crazy and I want to get on to the next colour. But I'm going to try and do a stitch along at least once a week for you guys, because I know that I do have some cross stitch subscribers on my channel, and obviously it is another passion of mine. So I want to continue. That's another one of my New Year's resolutions, by the way. I want to really develop my skill on cross stitch a bit more as well as diamond painting. So yeah, if I could knock these Ada cloths out a bit quicker, I would, trust me guys. But the hands are tired this morning. Let me go and get that scarf that I was telling you about so I can show it quickly to you. Just hang on a second. So this is a scarf that I was talking about. It's really nice, fluffy textured, and I knitted that for my daughter. And the great thing about this is it washes up lovely. I've had it for many years actually, and not only that, but it's really warm, and it's just really nice and fluffy and cozy. And so yeah, I've done this years ago though. I'm talking about probably before, probably when the girls were babies actually, because I've always liked knitting. I've always found it therapeutic. And with this one, if you make a mistake with this sort of texture wool when you're knitting, it doesn't matter because it's going to be covered over by this fluffy stuff anyway, and it doesn't molt. You know how some of this wool, it's like really nice, and it's a really nice scarf I think as well. So I've got to do another one like this, but in a shimmery purple instead of baby pink. So yeah. Anyway, guys, if you like my content, then please like, subscribe, share, comment down below. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram on Crazy Borgies Diamond Art, and hit the little notification bell, which will notify you of my future video uploads, okay? And thank you so much for all your lovely New Year's messages. And I hope that you guys are easing nice and slowly into 2023. But anyway, take care, God bless, and look after yourselves. Most importantly, look after one another. Take care. Bye for now, guys. Bye.